Okay, so right now, as I'm recording this, it's wow, it's literally 4:44 a.m. Like 4:44 a.m. Hold on, let me let me show y'all. Let me get this camera up off of me because I'm in bed. But oh, make sure I ain't got no personal info up here. Ah, child, hold on. Okay, I was had to make sure I ain't had no personal info. I mean, as you can see, it says 4:45 right now. 4:45 right now. But yeah, 4:44. Um, well, what the hell y'all just say? Oh, trying to make sure y'all ain't see me. Okay, because I'm literally child. I am in bed, wigless and toothless. Okay, and my titties is hanging out. But it's 4:44 a.m. and it's been some stuff that's just like heavy on my mind, heavy on my spirit. And we're gonna briefly talk about it. And I know I always say like, "Oh, we're not gonna be here for like an hour." I promise you, we're not gonna be here super long because I don't want to go super in detail. I'm just trying to figure out how I want to be moving forward, like when it comes to my predictions, because I'll say things in videos, I'll drop hints here and there, I'll say kind of enough for you to get the idea. I'll let y'all kind of figure out the rest and whatnot, but I don't always feel super comfortable, just flat out saying what shit is, depending on what it is that we're talking about. And that's for multiple reasons. One is timelines because energy is very fluid. Timelines are a real thing. We do jump timelines a lot. Sometimes we get delayed. So like it, anybody that deals with spirituality or has gotten readings done and things like that before, you know that we always give estimates because things happen. Again, energy is fluid. So, I don't ever want to put something out there like, oh, on October 31st, exactly this is happening, unless like I strongly feel that way. Right. And in some cases I'm spot on. And in some cases it's like, a time frame, like with the Diddy stuff. I was spot on about that exact day. Now, there's a lot of chaos going on. Somebody had left a comment on my page earlier asking me if I was going to talk about the hurricane stuff, and I said basically to that fact that it was going to be well, I basically said I didn't want to because I don't want anybody to try to come at me like, oh, read the room, but listen, you shouldn't even be on my page if you that type. At this point, I need for everybody to understand that this is a game within a game. Everything is stunts and gags in a show, but at the same time, reality is happening. Real life is happening. I spent hours on TikTok because I was seeing multiple videos. I had no idea about the hurricanes, like no idea. But then when I was scrolling on TikTok, just relaxing and just trying to be on TikTok, I was seeing multiple of videos of people just mocking the universe and mocking the hurricanes. And um by this point we all know shit got moved up to a category 5, is damn near a 6. And I saw a lot of people mocking it. And granted, if you're one of those people that legitimately can't move, can't evacuate, cool, whatever. I'm not here to judge, even though I have my opinions. At the same time, it's those that are purposely mocking. Like, there's so many people right now on TikTok that are just purposely being ignorant and purposely trying to go viral. And I'll leave it at that. Because again, I don't want to make this video super long, but it sent me down a rabbit hole and it got me thinking about a lot. And that's basically why I'm here. So maybe one day I'll do a whole deep dive as to how I came to certain, downloads and whatnot. But it just really, I've been down a rabbit hole, an energetic rabbit hole, I will say, for like the last 5-6 hours. Because a lot of confirmations and a lot of predictions and a lot of things that I've said, wrote down, felt, are started coming to me and it started making sense. because I've told y'all before, sometimes when I get downloads, like you don't necessarily know everything. It's like that's so Raven. Sometimes it's like you get a glimpse, but you don't really know everything until more downloads come or things happen over time, whatever. And so just several different downloads that I had just started falling in line and making sense. So I'm gonna read y'all a list that I just put out on Twitter, because I originally earlier had retweeted a tweet, but then I took it back because I was like, oh no, I don't want it to come across insensitive or whatever. But then 6 hours later, as I'm feeling what I'm feeling, I decided to retweet it again. And it was a tweet on September 22nd of 2024. Podbase put out a tweet that said there are only 100 days left in 2024. Now, I'm going to put this on screen. Said there are only 100 days left in 2024. And I quoted this on the same day, September 22nd, and I said yes, and they are going to be wild. October is going to be crazy. November will be a shit show. And 2025 is going to be life changing, like 2020, COVID changing. Likely a financial epidemic crisis and talks of a one world government. 2025 through 2030 is going to be a time. So many good and bad changes. Now, I don't even know where to begin, because I've been saying, I don't know if I've been tweeting it, but I know I've definitely been saying a lot that October through December, really, the rest of this year, honestly and truly, y'all can just say October from now to 2030, it's just gonna be a shit show. But October and November were always predicted to be the worst months of this year, just simply because of all the astrological transits that are happening. They're so fucking major that there's no way that we're not all going to be impacted and affected. Yes, the eclipses and all of that were crazy with the last 2 weeks with Diddy and all that. Okay, we're talking about things that impact us all globally, and that all impact us on a human one-to-one personal level. And as I was on TikTok and I'm seeing all of these posts, I gotta be honest, because I'm trying to watch my words and not come off harsh, but I'm looking at all of these TikToks and I'm like, y'all are fucking stupid. Y'all are fucking stupid, and y'all are literally mocking the universe and keep fucking around. You're gonna end up like a lot of people did in 2020. It just is what it is. Because there's a lot of people that go before their time. There's a lot of people who, get caught up. We all know what happened during the pandemic. But then there are also times where people either aren't doing what they're supposed to be doing, or are in a position where they're like mocking the universe and don't understand that they could be made an example. And I felt uneasy watching all of these TikToks. Let me see if I can find one, for example. Um
So I have a pizza and
now I'm not talking about TikToks
It
like
is
this.
a top 10. I can't sleep. Anxiety through the roof. So I don't know. The storm supposed to touch down, but Bayshore is already at waist level. That's not good. Um, the storm haven't even got close and it's already at waist level. So that is definitely a bad sign. That means when the storm do get here, all that's gonna be extremely high and extremely flooded. The area I'm in, they told us to have enough food for 3 days, enough water for 3 days to survive without power. I will say if we go without power, I'm gonna try to do like a barbecue maybe in my backyard. I do got a lot of water. I did put water in the freezer, so if my power go out, I could throw out in the sink to keep it like good and cold. I got bread, meat. Um, y'all, I'm so scared. My anxiety is up to here. I cannot sleep. I cannot rest. I'm overthinking. I am ready for this to be done and over. And then I think me seeing the reporter cry is like just top tier for me. I got three.
Okay, so I'm not talking about people like her. People like her that have a little bit of empathy. You might not have the resources or the wealth or whatever to be able to evacuate. Okay, cool. I'm talking about. Let me see if I can find. Um, because there are people that seriously making jokes, and now that I'm looking for, oh, I can't find nobody. But earlier it was 1,001 people. It was like every other TikTok. It was somebody making jokes about it. Let me see. So I can't find it now. Okay, hold on. Let me see. I just paused this video trying to find some, and for whatever reason, I cannot find any. But I'm gonna just say this: it was so many people on my timeline, like, "Girl, I just paid rent. That helper can could kiss my ass," and "Girl, wait, electric bill. Girl, I'm a thug it out." It just, and I hate to be that person, but it was nothing but like younger millennials and younger Gen Z, and just. And then, of course, you had people that were like, "Oh, well, my mother and my grandmother and all of them don't want to leave, because they be stuck in their ways, whatever." I'm also referring to the people that was mocking it, mocking it.
Y'all, so my family texted me this morning. You're not going back away. You need to go be with your mama. Da 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 da. Listen, I just paid rent, and I just paid a $215 light bill. I ain't going no mother. I'm not going anywhere. I'm staying right here. And the crazy thing is, I live on the 3rd floor, and I live in like not even in the middle of Tampa. Like I live by USL, inland. They telling everyone to move here. I'm not even in evacuation zone. I'm about to lay on my couch. I'm about to watch TV. I'm about to enjoy my 65-degree air. About to enjoy my 70-inch TV and enjoy my couch. And plus, y'all crazy if y'all think that I'm about to go to my mama's house and deal with my siblings. Make that make sense. I'm already a pediatric nurse, and I deal with kids. You think I'm about to be off and deal with that? No, sorry. That's not how that works. That is not how they work at all.
I'm a Floridian in Florida.
And there's things that I could really say about that. Because I'm faced with a similar decision, and you'll know what I mean once I get to it. But take this shit seriously, y'all. Take this shit seriously. Like I said, I'm careful about what I say and when I say it and all of this, that, and the third. I don't know if it's Milton that's going to be the one. I don't know if it's going to be others, because then 3 started coming up, right? And sometimes I'll see certain things and I'll receive certain downloads. Like my strongest gift, I tell you all of the time, my strongest gift is my intuition. Okay. My clear cognizance. I just have a clear knowing of shit. Don't know where the fuck it came from other than spirit. And I just know shit. Okay. It just happens randomly. I'll just think some shit, or I'll just literally just be talking. Half the time when I'll be online, I'm talking shit, but it always comes true. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know where it comes from. Well, I mean, obviously it comes from spirit, it comes from source, but it's just a clear knowing. And sometimes I'll see shit, right? So I'm gonna go through my favorites, right? Because this is what I saw right here. And okay. The reason why I want to bring this up is because when I saw this, mind you, I'm just scrolling on TikTok, and y'all know everything is random, but it's the algorithm, whatever. And I'm one of those people, obviously very spiritual. I feel like, spirit will play shit on your timeline that you need to see. And obviously, like I just said, I receive downloads from all over the place. Sometimes I just know shit. When I saw this, immediately, what came to mind was 3. As you can see, I posted 4 hours ago. I said 3 means collective, right? Because immediately I was like, this is a fucking sign. The animals are speaking. This is a fucking sign. I don't know anything about these birds. I don't give a fuck about these birds. But I do know that birds literally represent like communication, represent messages. And the fact that it's 3 of them, I don't know. I didn't know what I was feeling. And I'm still a little unsure. I'm like, this either means 3 hurricanes, 3 world disasters, 3. Like, I just felt things coming in 3s. I don't know if y'all ever heard this, but death comes in 3s. Like when somebody dies, it'll be like 2 other people that might die. Like, so like, let's say like, you know, you have a grandmother that passes away. Then you might have like an uncle that passes away and a sister that passes away. Or you could have like a grandmother that passes away and then your grandfather passes away, but then like a new baby is born. Like, but that's what, you know, has kind of been instilled in me since I was a child, that death comes in 3s. And a lot of other things in life comes in 3s. And when I'm seeing these birds, I'm feeling communication. I'm feeling that things are happening in 3s. I'm like, there's going to be, mind you, again, I don't know anything about outside of just scrolling on TikTok and watching videos of people trying to evacuate or not evacuate. I don't know shit. Okay. I've been in baddies universe and handling other shit that we'll get to that connects back to this. So I had no idea that there was any other hurricanes. That's not what I do over here. Right. I was feeling that from whatever we were talking about today, Milton, either Milton was number 2 of 3 hurricanes, or it was 1 and 2 more were to come. Right? This is not just going to be in the South. It's not just going to be in the South. I know a lot of people are feeling like, oh, well, I can, you know, just stay here for a couple of days. How do I put this without... I want people to start trusting their own judgment and start trusting collective consciousness and start trusting spirit and source. I want people to understand that by the time you are told something, people have already known for like at least a year before. Just think of it that way. And I'm just making up a date, but like by the time the public finds out something, we're late to the party. We're always late to the party with everything. And I don't know how many examples and how many stories and how many tragic things need to come out that shows that. But like, even if we're going to relate it back to this directly, has Katrina taught us nothing? Has 9/11 taught us nothing? It's like by the time we know, we're already late to the party. So I need for people to understand and assume, like, if you're being told you have 3 days, baby, you got 3 hours. We could go so many different ways with that about corruption and this, that, and the third and weather control. And listen, by the time we are told, it is already too late. It is already too late. Between capitalism, between natural disasters happening, and then you have Airbnbs and flights and all of these things that are necessary for survival now hijacking up prices. I mean, you got plane tickets going from $100 to damn near $1,500. What makes y'all think that motherfuckers are here for you, here to protect you? Please wake up. Please wake up. And I'm saying a lot without saying much intentionally. Because at the end of the day, I still have a channel to run. So I don't, you know. But please wake up. By the time you're told, it's already too late. Okay? You know the Drake album, if you're reading this, it's too late. Just assume that, okay? Again, if motherfuckers say you have 3 days, baby, you have 3 hours. Point blank in the period. Point blank in the period. Okay? if we jacking up prices for Airbnbs and rent, and your best interest is not at heart. So please, now is not the time for just straight logic. Like, and that's what pisses me off, because I was gonna do a video earlier about logic versus intuition, because sometimes I'll be watching some of my favorite creators and they, and I want to say who, because it's somebody that does it all the time and they piss me off so bad, but I don't want it to cause unnecessary, but there's somebody who I was watching earlier, and they are just extremely logical and don't have like any sort of intuition. And it's like, the education is a beautiful thing, logic is a beautiful thing, but you have to know how to apply it in this life. You have to, part of divine order is having masculine and feminine energy, right? And that has nothing to do with female and male. That's social, society, human programming. Masculine energy is logic, being logical. Capricorn energy. Feminine energy is more so Cancer energy. It's intuition, it's nurturing, warmth, all of that, right? You need the hot and cold. It's duality. So you need both sides to properly function. People that are too intuitive and have their heads lost in the clouds like a Pisces become delusional. That's why they need that masculine, logical energy to help ground them. But people who are too grounded end up overlooking shit because they can only think within a box. Like their thinking is limited to a confinement, right? So like there's benefits to both, but you have to utilize both. And so I hate when people only utilize their logical side of their brain. Granted, there's a lot of people out there who are far lefters, far righters, extremists, conspiracy theorists, whatever. It is the people like me who utilize both the logic and intuition that you should be listening to. Okay. That's first off. Second off, there's a lot coming. There's a lot coming. There's a lot coming. I don't even know where I want to take this, because again, I don't want this to be super, super long. Like I said, I don't want to sit and just go through receipts and all of that. We could say that for a different video, but let's just jump into it. Let's go back to my Twitter and what I posted, and we're just going to jump into what I feel is coming. And if I need to do a deeper dive video on it, I will. But that same tweet where I said, and they're going to be a while, October is going to be crazy, November will be a shit show, and 2025 is going to be life changing, like COVID life changing. Okay, I retweeted that. And I said there's going to be major evacuations. Jersey, New York City is going to be flooded out. There's going to be a financial crisis that's happening in the background. So while we're all distracted with the hurricane and there's some shit going on with money. There's some shit going on with money. While we are being distracted with all of this that's happening with the natural disasters, there is some shit going on with power and money. Okay? I've been telling y'all that we're not going to have an election, and now it's starting to make sense. So that's what I meant when I said, like, things that I've been dropping, breadcrumbs or whatever, like the puzzle pieces coming together. Even in the Justin Bieber video, there's a lot that I mentioned. And actually, let's go back to that. I'm not going to bring up the Justin Bieber video, but I do have the script that I wrote for that video where I listed all the predictions, and I'm going to list it out to you again. And I had two different sections. I had what happened in 2023 and what happened in 2020, what I predicted was going to happen in 2024. Mind you, some of the things that happened in 2023 happened again in 2024, but on a larger scale. Two suns popping up in locations, a secret planet called Nibiru, red smoke blocking the sky, forcing people to stay inside. Pre-planned submarine gate. When the billionaires went searching for Titanic, mind you, they just came back around to that and exposed that was a lie, but we too busy focused on hurricanes and Diddy that nobody paid attention to the submarine gate coming back out, and we now getting the truth a year later, right? Um 50-cent cheeseburgers that was actually like reprocessed cow meat, meaning like cow meat that was fed to cows and then they repurposed it into burgers. Maui fires that was actually planned and set up, which is very similar to what's going on with these hurricanes and natural disasters. For 2023, I said natural disasters getting worse. Ocean life, birds and cats acting erratic. Orca whales attacking people. San Diego ocean flooded the town. Cruise ship sinking. Train derailment. Oil spills. The missing black girls. DT facing jail time. AI conversations. People seeing giants, as well as a whole bunch of other stuff, right? Then some of the predictions that I have for 2024, right? Was timeline jumps and portal. There's a car passing by. Timeline jumps and portals. Government using AI and green screens for political campaigns. Different COVID troops coming out. Trump running 2024. Ivana running 2028. Ivana or the Sun running 2028. Now here's something that I wrote. I had put New York versus LA. I put New York versus LA. And it's another thing that got me wondering tonight, because immediately when I started realizing, okay, there's more natural disasters coming and Jersey and New York are going to be affected. Manhattan is probably going to be flooded out and evacuated. Where I'm at probably going to be, it made me start thinking, like, was it a personal download or was that for the world? I still feel like at some point there's going to be New York versus LA. I do. But it made me start thinking personally about some things that I'm personally going through. Patreon knows a little bit more about it because I've talked about it on Patreon. But I made the decision that I want to move back to LA. I made that decision last week, actually. Like on the eclipse, I made the decision, like, I'm just kind of done with New York. And without diving too deep, I was in New York 2 years ago. And the reason why all of this matters is because the same energy that I'm feeling now is the same energy that I felt 2 years ago, which was, I need to get out. And of course, there's everything that I'm dealing with personally and the things that'll, help benefit me in my life, whatever. But I also need to get out because of things that's coming to New York. Read between the lines. I was feeling that way in 2023, specifically around March, April. And feeling that way now. And it got me to thinking about, YouTubers that I know that were in these areas that just got hit by Milton. I'm thinking of Funky Dineva that was in Miami. I'm thinking of Scotty by Nature that was in, I think, South Carolina or North Carolina. And I'm just like, this is the universe talking. Like, people don't understand. Sometimes you start getting these downloads or you start getting these gut feelings because this is the universe trying to get you to react. Like, this is why I tell people, get on your shit before shit gets on you, because the universe is trying to feed you signs like, hey, like, something's coming, but they're not necessarily always going to tell you that it's a disaster or like shit about to hit the fan. Like, it could just be disguised that way as like okay, you need to move to elevate your life, if that makes sense, right? And so I was just thinking, like, damn, how the universe still, and this is going to sound fucked up to say, but the universe still finds value in Scotty and Funky Dineva. And I don't mean that maliciously at all. I guess what I'm trying to say is they're here for a bigger purpose and to still carry out their missions, and whatever life goals and whatnot that the universe has for them. Cool. That's what I'm saying. Like, the fact that those two could have been one of the many people that were in these places trapped or, but they made it out and they're in safer places. So then it got me to thinking about my situation. I said I wasn't going to sit here and explain everything, child, but it got me to thinking about my situations, and just all of these downloads started coming back to me. All of these past predictions that I said online, that I tweeted, you know, some personal things that happened that I don't know if I ever talked about that happened. Do I want to get into it? It happened around my spiritual awakening, and let's just say I had it with a I don't want to bring it up. Um mm, yeah, I don't want to bring it up. But it, it was a very big moment. Just put it this way: it was a spiritual awakening. It was a vision. It was a download, and I shared it. It was a tag team psychic vision that I shared with a relative, and just all the things considered, it's coming back up and it's making sense. And I know when I was trying to move to, well, when I moved to LA 2 years ago, it was coming up then, and it's heavily coming up now. And that's why I feel like, yes, New York and Jersey are about to be flooded out. And that's also been another download that's been on my spirit heavy. I definitely was seeing a lot of TikToks about how just the infrastructure of New York. And so that's something that's always been on my spirit, has been, okay, well, what if New York floods out, or what if like it goes completely underwater? I'm not saying it's going to go completely underwater. That's not what I'm saying. Um, but what I'm saying is like the flooding and whatnot will be bad, because New York is already way further underwater than it should be. And plus, New York and Jersey are on the Gulfs, the coast. Okay. I'm saying a lot and I'm talking all over the place, but y'all know how these go. Y'all know how these go. This shit is, it's still uncomfortable for me. Because I'm not used to just talking like this, and I'm just literally in my bed, just still piecing everything together actively. But everything that I said in this tweet, I mean, major evacuations. Um, I do feel like huge parts of Florida will be affected. I do. I do. I feel like huge parts of Florida will be affected. And then somebody was talking about the GTA 6 map. Because people were saying that the Grand Theft Auto 6 map looks like Florida. And mind you, Grand Theft Auto 6 is not out yet. But somebody was saying how it looked like Florida. Come on. Come on. And do you see how there's like a lot more water and like land than like city? Don't be surprised if this is how Florida ends up looking, or something similar. Do not be surprised. Like, I feel like a lot of people aren't taking this time serious right now. And the astrological transits are there. Saturn is in fucking Pisces. Pisces deals with the water. Right now, we got fucking 2 moons in the goddamn sky, and the moon rules over water. So, like, what the fuck you think gonna happen with 2 moons? Like, even though that is a whole situation in itself, because is it really a motherfucking moon, or is it a mothership? Chat. Listen, that's a whole other discussion. But it's like all the astrological transits are that are going to be happening in October through November, really to the end of the year. It's all lining up. It's all lining up. Who is driving this loud ass car at 5 in the morning? That is rude as hell. Why are you driving a loud ass poppy car, like sounding like a NASCAR at 5:30 in the morning? My God. All I'm saying is start taking this shit serious, y'all. start taking this shit serious, because between all of these astrological transits that are happening from now really until 2026, but these next 2 months is going to get crazy. It's going to get crazy. Okay. A lot more places are going to be affected than what is out there. Again, by the time they tell us stuff, it's already too late. So I'm telling you now, if you live in another northern states, if you live anywhere along the coast, start preparing, start getting what you need now. Toiletry, listen, whatever y'all need to get, start getting it. If you live in New York or Jersey, start, making plans. You know what I mean? Because things are going to get crazy, especially around election time. I've been saying for the longest that I felt like there was not going to be an election, and I still feel that way. I don't feel like we're going to have a typical election day. I don't, because I feel like, and I'm going to read through this again, major evacuations, Jersey, New York City flooded out, financial crisis is happening in the background, delayed winter results. Yes, we're going to get a Democratic win. Kamala's going to win. But at some point, there's going to be another assassination attempt. I've been saying that. I know there was another one that happened on DT a couple of weeks ago, but I don't think that was the one that I was picking up on. It could be. It could very well be. What I picked up on, though, was successful. And I've said that since the beginning. So read between the lines. And like I said in a tweet, people need to start preparing now, because between the disasters, the evacuations, the attempts, election day is not happening. It's not. Infrastructures are going to be messed up. They're already trying not to let people vote, like trying to make it hard on people. Like, it's just about to be so much going on. And this is just the stuff that we can see, like, or that we can feel that's coming. Like, and that's another thing too, collective consciousness, because just going through, because I told you I receive energy in all different ways. So just going through TikTok, certain things that I'll see, I'll be like, okay, this is true, this is not true. Or just like reading certain comments and I'm like, it's something here, it's something here, it's something here. And so many people were feeling doom and gloom. So many people was like, I'm in Michigan, but I'm nowhere near that, but I just feel like something's about to happen. And I'm seeing this all over the place. And I'm like, yeah, because something is about to happen. Something is about to happen. So it's just like, please don't feel like you are unaffected. Let me see. Like, I feel like if you're in any of these states, you need to be worried. Anywhere from Wisconsin on over to Maine. Wisconsin, honestly, anywhere in the US. Honestly, anywhere in the US. Because this is just what's happening now. At some point, there's going to be terroristic attacks, which is something else to worry about. And like I said, the astrology points to all of this. Okay, Saturn in Pisces has been trying to teach us about the ocean and, child spirituality as well, but definitely like marine life and what's going on in the waters. Because Saturn is like dealing with like boundaries, restrictions, lessons, things like that. And then we have the Pluto going into Capricorn. Pluto goes into Capricorn Pluto is already in a Capricorn, but it is going direct, I believe, on the 11th, but then it switches back over to Aquarius. And even when I think of that, like that was another confirmation for me, because just when I was having that feeling of doom and gloom coming and to get the fuck out and move to LA, it was a similar transit happening, like switching into Aquarius. And it just feels more for real this time. It just feels more for real this time. And with Pluto and Aquarius, everybody keeps talking about, oh, the age of Aquarius. Oh, this is going to happen. This is going to happen. But people forget, like, Pluto is about truth and exposure, right? And it doesn't care how that truth gets exposed. It doesn't. Like, it will literally kill and destroy and rebuild as long as the truth gets exposed. So it's going to be good and bad that happens. Okay. Good and bad that happens. Like, let me give you an example that some of y'all might feel like it's far-fetched, but it's totally possible considering the state of the world and the state of the universe right now. There's going to be places that get wiped out with these natural disasters where obviously it's going to cause a lot of destruction. It's going to cause a lot of chaos. It's going to cause a lot of death. But with truth being exposed, it could be a situation where it's like we start realizing, like, wait, why does this look like an underground city? Wait, why does this look like there's structures that were already here in place? Or wait, why is it that now that this town or this city or these buildings or this house isn't here anymore? Why are we discovering these ancient artifacts? Or, like, you understand what I'm saying? Some sort of truth that gets exposed, things like that, right? Also, Aquarius energy is collective consciousness. So when I was picking up on that 3 earlier with the 3 birds, that was also a part of the collective. Is moving as a unit. In terms of the people, moving as a unit. Okay, we're being told a message, moving as a unit. That's one message that came from that. The second message was the Pluto and Aquarius and the collective consciousness and everyone waking up on one accord and realizing that you're being lied to, that information is purposely being withheld, that the truth needs to be exposed. That was another message. And then the other message was, what was the other fucking message? It just went out of my brain. Chat, it just went out of my brain. I'll leave that alone. It just went out of my brain. But yeah, I know this is all over the place. I mean, it's all over the place for me. Yeah. Start preparing. Okay. Start preparing. Start preparing, man. Start preparing. Because I know the last couple of days I've been, especially since the eclipse was hard on me. Like, I literally today just called up one of the procedures that I'm trying to get done. Because one of the procedures that I'm trying to get done is electrolysis. And so I have a set date for when I want to move back to California. But at the same time, it's like, damn, I got it set up for me. Like, I'm in New York, but like, I got like the perfect insurance that literally like pays for everything or whatever, like any type of surgeries or any procedures that I need. And I don't know if I'm gonna have it that good in New York, but at the same time, I don't want to wait for myself to get, those procedures done, because that shit that takes months and months, and I could literally be here for like another year, and I don't want to spend that much time here. So like, it's just been a lot that I've been thinking about in my head. Like, but it's still that feeling of like, I need to get the fuck out. And I was already feeling that way because, like I said, I was calling around earlier today, places in Cali, trying to figure out, okay, like, what insurances do y'all have that's like my insurances in New York? So I say all of that to say, I was still trying to make the moves, like, because I still feel like, okay, it's time to go because shit is about to hit the fan. I forgot why I brought that up. I keep having these brain farts. I'm sorry. Like I said, there's gonna be major evacuations in multiple different states. I do feel like Jersey and possibly Manhattan is gonna get well, not necessarily Jersey, but like Manhattan could see like a for real like evacuation, like something that I don't think really has ever been done before. It hasn't been done recently. It could be as bad as Sandy. I mean, Sandy was 12 years ago, and 12 years Pluto, baby. 12 years Pluto. Okay, we switching signs, so please don't be surprised, and please treat it like it's going to be worse than Sandy. Like, it's better to be over prepared than under prepared. Wait, hold the fuck up. Hold the fuck up. Hurricane. Wait. Pluto signs dates. Hold on. Please tell me 2005 we didn't have Pluto and something. Hold on. Oh wait, no, that's 7 years. Okay, that's 7 years. Okay. Hold on. Give me a second. Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. So like I said, major evacuations, Manhattan flooding out, financial crisis is happening in the background. I'm sure if we dug, we could find some information happening with that, but that's definitely something that's going to draw out. The dollar could be dying. I know that a lot of methods of currency is dying. And I do feel like they're pushing for, at some point, it's going to be a push for either a world dollar or a world government. Could be one of both. That's just Pluto and Aquarius themes that's going to be brought up. Oh, I know what I was trying to say earlier too. Okay, so with Pluto, it's about truth, but it's also a lot of death and rebirth, and people forget that part. Like, everybody's just focused on Age of Aquarius and celebrities and Hollywood, but it's way deeper than that. And changing over signs, there has to be like a death and rebirth that happens, right? So it's like, with the Capricorn part is power structures and just power. We're going to see that, a death of patriarchy that's happening. That's something that I predicted in 2021. You can look on my community board on YouTube. I posted the receipts for that. I talked about that in 2021 about Kamala winning, or Kamala running for president. And I've been talking about the death of patriarchy since 2019. So without getting super, super deep into the astrological transits, just understand that astrology does warn us of a lot, on top of, all of these downloads that I'm talking about. And when it comes to 2025, there will be World War III, 2025, 2026, World War III, but there will be civil wars happening because there's going to be a lot of backlash. Like, we're talking about a lot of death that's about to happen. We're talking about a lot of destruction and chaos that's about to happen because of these disasters, back to back disasters. That was the third message that I meant to say earlier when I said the birds, and the third message that I had, because it was 3 messages that I had, and the third message was the back to back. So again, I don't know if Milton counts as the first of 3 or the second of 3, but it's back to back, right? And that's in terms of disasters. So when you take into account all the disasters that's happening, and it's happening under a Biden-Harris administration, and all of the chaos that's happening, the destructions, we're just going to say alleged possible attempt that's coming, and then on top of that, no election, because you also got to take into account, with so much destruction and shit happening, even if you don't believe nothing that I'm saying, just think logically. If everywhere getting destroyed, baby, we got voting. Right. We're gonna do online votes. We trust that. Even though all of it is a fucking sham. That's a whole other discussion for another day, how honestly both parties are one and the same. And it's just a matter of who we're gonna let carry the storyline now, because the power is way bigger than just the puppets that they put in the front. But okay. I ain't here to upset y'all today. I'm gonna just say the typical voting that people expect, like the typical election, it's not happening. It's not happening. Voting probably will still happen. It might get pushed up or it might get pushed back. As far as the election, if it happens, it's going to get pushed back. There will be a Democratic win. Kamala will win. But yeah, there's going to be civil wars that come as a backlash. You know, and none of what I'm really saying now is true. I'm just more so doubling down. None of what I'm really saying is true. I mean, not true. None of what I'm saying is new, child. Let me not say true, child. None of what I'm saying is necessarily new. It's just doubling down. So yeah, I didn't mean to be here that long. And we ended up being here for an hour. Just a lot of rambling, I know, but you know, when I get up here, I don't have notes written. I just try to speak from what I'm feeling, and I know I end up all over the place, but that's because mentally I'm still all over the place. Like I just felt like I needed to do this video before I go to bed. Now it's 6 a.m. because I just felt like I needed to get this out because I don't want to wake up a month or two from now and kick myself in the back knowing I felt certain things and I should have put it out. So especially if you're in like New York, Jersey, hell, I even say Delaware. If you was affected by Hurricane Sandy and you still live in similar areas, like everybody honestly needs to be prepared, but definitely people like Jersey, New York, Baltimore, you know, just be prepared, be prepared, be prepared, be prepared, be prepared, as prepared as you could be. Okay. That's why I'm in this. Okay. That's why I'm in this. Wait, is there anything else that I want to say? Let me see. Is there anything else that I want to say? Oh, law enforcement is going door to door telling people to mark their bodies with their name and date of birth and social security. So worst case scenario that they be found. And then you got dumb motherfuckers who are on TikTok taking it as a joke and trying to go viral. Be careful who you laugh at and be careful, you know, what you joke about and this, that, and the third, because the universe can and will make an example out of you. And the fact that there's so many people that's like, oh, I'm unaffected, or not really taking shit serious, not knowing that back to back to back disasters is occurring. And like we're talking like world history disasters. Like I don't think y'all understand 2025 and 2026 the disasters are just gonna get way worse. Way worse. Okay. Especially once Uranus goes into Gemini and then it squares up with Mars. That's when the wars and shit are gonna start. Like it, and then with Pluto in Aquarius, there's gonna be some cyber hacking and cyber, you know, like y'all gotta pay attention to the signs. Just pay attention to the signs, y'all. Start paying attention to the signs and understand that by the time we are told, we are already too late. Just start looking at everything like that. We are already too late, and we only have a percentage of the information. The amount of people that I see stuck on a bridge, okay, even with that, there's some shit going on because there's so many, like, just everything isn't a damn conspiracy theory. Like, this country doesn't give a fuck about you. Wake up and realize that. Please wake up and realize that. Wake up and realize that there are truck drivers who are coming out saying, yo, why are there no truckers being sent down there to help send FEMA supplies and things like that? They are like it. Whether it's being manipulated in this regard to hurricanes, because global warming is a thing. The earth has been trying to reset. It's a lot that they're hiding between the two suns, the sun simulator, the two moons. Okay, because I really do believe we are in the days of darkness, but the sun simulator, they're fucking with some shit. Again, that's a deeper dive for another day. Best believe that there's other shit going on. Best believe that there is other shit going on that you may not be privy to. So you have to trust your gut, stay prayed up, follow your calling, do what it is that you need, that you're supposed to be here for. Not what it is that your family wants you here for. Oh, I'm gonna go to school and go to college and get my degree just because my mother want that for me. No, bitch. Do what it is that you're supposed to be doing. That's what you can do. Because I know some people feel like, okay, well, what the fuck am I supposed to do other than pay rent? You stay prayed up. You connect to your higher self, your higher God. You follow your divine mission. You show the universe why you deserve to be here. That you actually give a damn about your life, like, and you align to a higher frequency. That's what you do. And obviously stay logical and stay, on the lookout so you can stay safe and secure. But that's what you do. That's what you do. And just know that by the time you are told shit, it is already either too late or you're not being told all the information. Like, people don't want to believe it, but bad things happen to good people all the time. And a lot of humans, a lot of Americans end up being made as sacrifices. Again, this is the same country where we're having these disasters, and what do? Instead of offering shelters and whatnot, they hike up the prices of flights. They purposely close or create traffic on highways to get you stuck. They jack up the prices of gas so that when you run out of fuel, you either get stuck there or now you go to the next place and you're paying $500 just for a tank of gas. Like, and you think this the same motherfuckers that's rushing to go save? Like, has Katrina taught us nothing? And that be the thing that be pissing me off about America and just humans in general. It's like the facts be there. The facts be facting. The red flags be flagging. And y'all play dumb every time. Not y'all, but y'all. Y'all play dumb every time. Hell, even when it comes to everyday relationships, it's like, that nigga ain't shit, but you purposely overlook the red flags because of your codependency and abandonment issues. It's like, we have to stop overlooking the red flags. And sometimes you got to take that shit at face value and realize motherfuckers don't fuck with you like that. And you got to look out for your best interest, or, or maybe your gut and your intuition is right. Something is going on. I don't understand. And I know that because I'm not the person that's necessarily always 100% logical, and I do challenge the status quo. I know that upsets and bothers people. It's very much a Beyonce versus Nicki Minaj type of thing. Like, am I going to be like Beyonce and fall in line and play my role and just shut up and be quiet and eat my food and be digestible for everybody? Or am I going to be like Nicki and come in and shake shit up and say, fuck that role, I'm redefining the roles? I know that makes some people feel uncomfortable, but I mean, it is what it is. Because even since I was a little kid, the whole No Child Left Behind shit never made sense to me. It never made sense to me. The whole sending your kid off to war at 18, that never made sense to me. Never made sense to me. You care about me and my life, but yet as soon as I graduate high school, I'm sent off to possibly be what? What? How'd that work? Question everything, y'all. Question everything. Question everything. And just like I said, stay prayed up. Align to your highest faith, your highest soul, your highest God, your highest everything. And follow your divine life purpose, your divine life mission. Not what your parents want you to do, not what society pressuring you to do, not what you see on Instagram. I'm gonna be a funny attack because they making the money. I'm a data trapper. Skit. Be for real. And do what you're supposed to do. That's how you overcome all of the spiritual warfare and these actual wars that's going on and about to occur. Congrats on a female president. Don't say I didn't tell y'all so.